We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristin knows blank.
This is the Kristin Knows Blank podcast. Oh, and this week is so romantic. Oh, it's just that classic girl meets boy story, and then girl meets girl, and then girl tries to meet some more boys, but then girl falls in love with girl. Well, that's my story. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please take a second to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast. However you're listening or watching, there's going to be a button that says like, subscribe, or follow. Push that button and see what happens. You might fall in love. Hi, I'm Kristin Key. I'm the host of this crazy mess. You can find me through my website. It's kristinkey.com. There I have all my social media, so you can just click on them and find me and follow me and like me, and I put out new content every week, so it's really fun. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a Patreon, so you can give me money, and it supports this and all my shows, and in return, you get access to bonus content, and you get to come to my monthly game night, as well as you get free tickets to my Friday Night Live at 5 show. It's a lot of fun, so join my Patreon. Oh, I'm also on Cameo. So if you want to give someone a really personalized, unique gift, find me on Cameo. Now, my guest this week is a hilarious comedian. She's been on Stand Up Live Nashville. She tours all around the country. Hey, computer lady, play that interview with Jodi White.
Playing interview with Jodi White.
Jodi White, thank you so much for joining the show today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to see your face. It's been so long.
I know. I'm trying to remember the last time that I spent time with you. I feel like we were at the Highland Tap Room in Louisville. Back when this was years ago. Or then maybe that was the first time we met.
It might have been. It might have been the first time we met in person. Isn't it weird in this day and age, like how you know people on Facebook forever and you feel like, oh yeah, I know that person, but you've never met face to face?
Yeah. I feel like we've become closer friends because of the internet.
Right?
Than we ever were in person because we never saw each other. So this is much better. So I've seen you perform. I know you're hilarious. And I've watched your web series, We're the Joneses.
We're the Joneses, yeah.
And so I feel like I've gotten to know you better. But what is something that maybe I don't know about you? Maybe something that you nerd out about?
I am a hopeless romantic. I am a big sucker for a good love story.
Oh my God, this is going to be so good. All right, so first off, right off the bat, when did you fall in love with falling in love?
I don't know, like 12.
Okay. Did you have like a crush? Was there somebody? Was it a TV show?
I was having sex and I just
oh my God, okay, this got bigger. This got big fast. I'm like, oh, did you have like a puppy dog? No, we were banging it. Like, what were you doing at 12? I'm trying to figure out how to is this funny or are we getting too dark?
Are we getting sad? Yeah. No, I wasn't actually 12 when I lost my virginity. I was 13.
I was like, okay.
No, I don't even know if you want this sad backstory. I'm an adopted child. And, as an adopted child, you always feel like if your mother can't love you, how could anybody ever love you? So you're always just out there grabbing for love. So I don't know if that's where my big love story comes from, or just being a little girl in America, being read Cinderella and Snow White and, all the Disney romantics and still I watch them, I love them, I cry, and then I slap my husband.
I was going to ask, is Dale a romantic guy?
Dale is not romantic at all.
Okay.
He is the least romantic man on the entire planet. For our last anniversary, I was like, babe, it's pandemic going on. We can't really go out. But maybe you could plan a romantic candlelight dinner by the pool and, something like that. He's like, don't tell me what to do for a thing. I can figure it out. And you know what we did? Nothing. He planned nothing.
Dale, so how does that happen? How does the hopeless romantic end up with, because this is also, I can relate to you a lot. I am a hopeless romantic. I love falling in love. I've fallen in love with everybody. My first boyfriend was in elementary school, and he had no idea I existed, which is my favorite love, unrequited. My wife, the first year we're together, on our 1-year anniversary, we sat down to dinner, and I had made us dinner, and we sat down, and I said, this has been the best year of my life. And she looked at me, and she goes, why? And she forgot that we were having an anniversary dinner. I was like, I don't know, because I was on TV, I don't know. So
my
It all
God.
started there, but yeah. So why do we end up with the why does the hopeless romantic fall for the not romantic?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a as a woman, we think we can change them because we've seen it too many times in movies that they come around or and I know I'm a grown woman. I know that I can't change him, but every year I still have hope. I still think one of my birthdays, one of our anniversaries, one holiday somewhere, he's really just gonna knock it out of the park. No,
Well, maybe he just doesn't know your love language. Do you know,
oh
have you heard about the love languages?
yes. And
We
I
gotta
have
talk about
put it
these.
into his head and it doesn't work like that.
What are your love languages? Are you okay? Let's name them just in case the audience isn't familiar with the five languages of love. There's words of affirmation, physical touch, gifts, acts of service, and quality time.
Yeah,
Okay, those are the five love languages. So, what are your love languages?
all of them.
You. That's what my mom says.
I hate it
All of
all.
them.
I don't know. I just need somebody to go to like go over and above like they really cared and thought about it. Just put some effort into it.
Okay. Okay.
Just something. Remember it
Something.
the 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
Right?
because like mine, I like quality time a lot, and physical touch means a lot to me. My wife, I didn't know this. It's acts of service,
Hmm.
and I didn't know that because I don't know how to. That wasn't my love language. So my best friend was like, "Well, if you did the dishes, that would mean a lot to her." I'm like, "Oh my god, mind blown." Because I'm always trying to give her like words of affection or physical touch. She's like, "I don't care about that." But when I do the dishes without asking, she's like, "Oh my god, I have the best wife ever." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Speaking that language.
I love that. I love that you learned that.
I mean, it's been 15 years. How did you and Dale? How did you fall in love? What's your love story, Jodi?
Oh gosh. What can I say on this podcast and not say?
Oh, I guess you can say anything. Yeah.
Okay. So I
Wait, did
met
you meet on a porn set? How bad is this gonna get? I'm curious now.
I I mean, you've seen Dale on stage. You know
Hmm.
what he is. It's high energy physical ridiculousness. The very first time I met him, I saw him at McCurdy's Comedy Theater. I was pretty new in comedy, and my friends were like, "You got to come see this guy." And I'm like, "I don't want to. I got to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to." And they're like, You're never going to see anything like this." So I go. I'm kind of in a bad mood. I meet him before the show, and then I see him on stage, and I don't know. This was 15 years ago. I don't know. He's 10 times as physical then as he is now. Um, and I looked at him and thought he might actually be retarded. Um, so that's how we fell in love.
Oh,
No,
oh.
yeah, we just became friends from there, and then a kind of spark started going, and we were both going through divorces, and then we just kind of hooked up and broke up and hooked up and broke up, literally 100 times.
What? Oh, I didn't know you guys had the on again, off again, like Ross
Oh
and Rachel.
yeah, it was for a couple of years, and then finally I was like, I'm done with you, and he moved in. He showed up at my door at like 2 o'clock in the morning with his little guitar on his back and his car packed and said, "Well, I have nowhere else to go. Can I come in?"
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
amore. That's amore.
yes, that's true love. But you know what? He's my best friend. And despite the fact that he doesn't have a romantic bone in his body, I would rather spend time with him than anybody on the planet. He's truly like, we're so compatible.
Isn't
I
that
just,
that's what it's about too? I mean, in like I can get my romance from my TV and my books and my movies, which I do because I my wife doesn't watch those things, but that's what I watch when I'm by myself. I watch my
yeah,
romance shows, my romance movies, and my rom coms. But a relationship that lasts a lot longer than those butterflies. Yeah.
right, right. I still love the big romantic gesture and I still hope for them. Like, did you get a good proposal?
We okay. If you think your train wreck of a meeting was, we didn't have a great proposal. She was gonna give me domestic partner papers, but said I won't give these to you if you don't stop blacking out. And I'm a bit of a blackout drunk. I'm sober now, but at the time I was like, oh, okay, let me work on this, and I could not figure out how to stop blacking out drunk, and so I got in a near-death car accident, and she married me.
Okay.
who wins now? But then, of course, I got sober, years and years later. But I was like, well, that's one way to reel them in. Like,
That's hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah,
so no, not romantic at all. No.
I really wanted the big romantic proposal. And we were living together in Louisville, and Dale hopped out of bed one night and he's like, I love you, right? And it just seemed like so off the cuff weird. I thought it would be funny to fart really loud at that moment. And then he's like, why are you farting when I'm trying to ask you to marry me? And I'm like, I didn't know we were laying in bed.
His one romantic moment you ruined with a fart.
Yeah, better. I expected better than to be proposed to, like no makeup, hair all messed up, and like a torn t-shirt sitting in bed. Like I wanted like
Farting.
at least in a comedy show, right? Like on stage in front of 300 people, some big public gesture, but I got it at night and farted on it.
Wow. Okay. This is not how I expected this interview to go at all. Like, oh, we're going to talk about romance. But this is maybe why you're so romantic, because you have no romance in your life. So where do you, what's your favorite, what are your favorite romantic movies? What do you watch when you want to get in that romantic place?
The Notebook is number one for me. I love The Notebook.
Oh my God.
I love
do you think Dale would do that for you?
one of the times we broke up and I told him I was done waiting on him. Done waiting on you. And I was living in Louisville at the time and he was living in Illinois, and every weekend when he got done with his gig, he would drive to Louisville and sit in a hotel and just wait to see if I'd have a meal or something with him or talk to him. But that's only because he saw pictures online that I was dating somebody else. So he kind of came running after me, but.
Well, the guy in The Notebook wasn't always, perfect. Yeah, no. There was some push and pull there. There was a definite push-pull to their love story.
Yeah. But they were both kind of strong-willed. But the fact that he built that house for her and just knew she was coming back,
yeah,
it gets me.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm a Sound of Music junkie. Every time I watch The Sound of Music, I cry. When they have that dance, and then when they have the I must have done something good moment where they're singing into each other's mouths, and then I mean, they really are singing right into each other's face holes. And it's such an intimate moment. And I read later that Julie Andrews and, Captain Von Trapp, they actually had the feels for each other that whole movie. But because she had a new baby and their work schedules, they never clicked. But that was real chemistry they had.
Oh, it looks like it, right?
Singing into each other's faces. The hard to get from The Notebook, or like the unrequited, there's so many different types of love story. There's the love at first sight. There's the, the unrequited. There's the, star-crossed lovers, like Romeo and Juliet. What are your favorite types of love stories?
Yeah, they definitely have to get together in the end.
Okay, not the star-crossed then. Cross off Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. No, they definitely have to get together in the end. I need the happy ending, and I also need it wrapped up. When movies don't wrap up at the end, I'm like throwing stuff on the floor and walking away just mad. Like, I need to know what happened. Don't just cut me off and let me hope something nice happened. I need to know.
Even when it's, she dies, he dies, like in The Notebook, where he just crawls in bed with her and they die together.
They die at the end. So they had this beautiful life together, and they wrapped it up. So
wrap up. Yeah.
It was wrapped up. I knew what happened, but sometimes it'll leave on a weird note and you're like, well, we'll
never know. Yeah.
I mean, even though there was enough room on the door for both of them, I still love Titanic. I still love that.
I saw that movie 11 times in the theater. And I was like at the age where that meant a lot, because I had to keep scrounging up like $6.75 to go. I'm like, checking couch cushions. It was my movie at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Everybody's mad at Rose for not letting Jack on the door. But if you can get past that, it's a beautiful story. But even
Well, and Jack didn't really push for it. Jack was like, it was more important for him to her that she stayed safe and dry. And also, hypothermia can make you a little loopy, and he's in love. And he had a boner like 30 minutes earlier. So I don't know what that does to a guy's head, you know?
I don't know. Even stupid stuff like Grease. I love the love story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just anything with a love story, I'm all in.
Aw.
We have a little t-shirt company in our basement, and I have a big TV on the wall across from where I print. So every night when I go down to print shirts, I just like scroll through Hulu or Netflix in the romantic movies and just put something on I've seen before, and I just watch them.
Have you discovered Hallmark, by the way?
I love the Hallmark Channel. I
Okay,
have
we got into it over
other-
pandemic and a little too deep than I would like to admit, but we've seen many, many, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch Hallmark, and my wife was like, I'm gonna write a Hallmark movie. I was like, good for you, and she'd be like watching them to research, and I'd be like, well, what's happening to Ethan now? Well, did he come back? Well, why? Oh, is his girlfriend in the way? Like, they kind of suck you in.
They do. And Dale will watch a lot of like romantic movies with me.
Aww.
Not his favorite thing to watch, but he will watch them with me. But if I get on the Hallmark Channel or something like that, he's out. He's done. It's just not happening.
I can see that. That makes sense. Okay. So, in the movie Love Story, there was a quote that everybody quoted that said, "Love means never having to say you're sorry," and I think we can both agree that that's kind of a bullshit quote. Yes.
Yeah.
So I would like you, as a romantic, to finish the sentence the way that what a better saying. If you could write the quote from Jodi White, "Love means never having to say." What would you say that the line would end with?
I don't know. Maybe love means never having to say goodbye.
Oh,
Hearts will always be intertwined and you'll always somehow be a part of each other.
that just hit me real hard in the feels. Oh, God, Jodi, I didn't see that coming. Oh, God. Okay, that's a good one. Okay. Wow, love means never having to say goodbye. That's a really good one.
How would you finish it?
Um, love means never love means never having to say "get off me, I'm hot," because I don't like to hear that. My wife says that to me like, "get off me, I'm hot." I'm like, "Oh, but I just want to love you." But I can't think of a good real answer. Love means never having to say goodbye is such a good answer.
Well, now I got to write a Hallmark movie.
You really do. It's such a good quote. Yeah. How often do you talk about your feelings with Dale? Do you guys have those? Because I know I'm in a lady-lady relationship, and I love to talk about my feelings. My wife does not have feelings, so it makes it very difficult for us to communicate sometimes. Do you guys have like an open relationship with feelings in your home?
Yeah. Dale is all about talking about his feelings. He's pretty tender and emotional.
Oh my God. Okay. We're peeling this onion.
But we have a great, that's one thing we do really well. We have great communication. A long time ago, I went to this touchy-feely seminar, a bunch of tree-hugging people, and they had this thing they do. When you're upset with each other, you go to the other person and say, I created a story that, because you know what's coming is from your perspective, not necessarily the whole truth, but it's your truth. So we always start with, are you open to hearing me right now? And if he's in the middle of something or a million things going on or vice versa, we'll tell the other person no, and otherwise we'll stop and, give them our complete attention and start with, I've created a story that. And then we, let them know, and then they can sit and process it and throw away what they think is bullshit and, try and come from the other person's perspective. So we're really great at communicating. That's one thing we do really well.
Wow,
Not to say that we don't scream at each other sometimes and get annoyed with each other, but we do talk about our feelings and we do communicate well.
It's time for 5 quick questions.
It's clear that you're a very romantic person, but I'm going to put some of your romance knowledge to the test with 5 quick questions, if you're down for it.
Oh yeah, I'm the worst at trivia, but let's do it.
Oh my God, then you're going to love this.
Out of 0.
Okay, this is great. There's 5 quick questions, only 5. I like to do, they're 50-50. You got a 50-50 shot. Because this week's 5 quick questions is all about Hallmark movie titles. Are these real or are these fake?
Okay.
I'm going to read you a quick synopsis and the title. You tell me, is this a real Hallmark movie or am I completely making this up? Okay, number one. A down-on-her-luck young woman who falls into a job as a personal assistant to a star quarterback. He's never had a female assistant, and she knows nothing about football. The movie's called Love on the Sidelines. Real or fake?
I'm going with real.
That is correct. That is a real Hallmark movie. Love on the Sidelines. Okay,
and
perfect.
If it wasn't, I was going to say, let's write it.
I know. It's so good. It's so good. That has already been done. We'll have to come up with a new one. Okay, number two. A workaholic whose job is on the line cannot avoid the subject of love when her 2 meddling sisters are working overtime as matchmakers. The movie is called A Mister for My Sister.
Fake.
That is correct. I made that up.
Woo, woo.
That is the Hallmark movie I want to write. A Mister for My Sister.
I love it.
Okay. You're doing great. You're 2-0. 2-0. Fantastic. Number 3. An interior designer adopts a dog and seeks the help of... An interior designer adopts a dog and seeks the help of expert and handsome dog trainer. The two begin to fall for each other. It's called Love at First Bark.
I'm going to go with fake.
That one is 100% real. Love at First Bark is a Hallmark movie.
It's a horrible title. Like, I would have believed the storyline, but I didn't love the title, and that's where I was debating.
The titles are my favorite part. Like I mentioned, my wife is writing a Hallmark movie, and we spent about a week just coming up with different scenarios and different names for them. It's my favorite part. Okay. Number four.
Okay.
A workaholic whose job is on the line falls for her childhood friend and helps him with his hot air balloon business. The name of the movie is Romance in the Air.
Real.
That is a real Hallmark movie. That is correct. And I've seen it, and it's one of the best. It's so good.
Okay, now I got to write this down, and I got to look it up.
Romance in the Air. His name is Riley in the movie, and I can't remember what her name is, but whoever that actress is in like several Hallmark movies, and she's the best. She's the best Hallmark actress besides Candace Cameron Bergen, CCB. Props. Okay, so you are 3-1.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on number 5. A brainy librarian answers a flyer for guitar lessons and finds a teacher who plays by heart. The movie's called On the Strings of Love.
I'm going with fake.
That's fake. I made that up. That was my Hallmark movie. Oh my God. You did so good. That was 4-1. Blew through my Hallmark test. So, okay. So you're a hopeless romantic. You chit-chatted with me about love. You answered my 5 quick questions. And now, my favorite part of the show, I will ask you very kindly to play a Radlib with me. And now it's time for Radlibs.
What?
Okay. Have you ever done a Mad Lib?
No.
Here's what happens. I wrote a story specifically for you, but I left out parts of speech. You give me those parts of speech. Together, we're going to make a hilarious story. Are you ready to play Radlibs? Okay.
Let's do it.
All you got to do is just answer my blanks. I put them in, and then we see what the story sounds like.
Okay.
Okay, Jodi White. I need a female name.
Samantha.
Yes. Do you know any Samanthas?
No. But I was thinking from Bewitched.
Samantha Stevens. Oh, I love that show. Which Darren did you like? Darren 1 or Darren 2?
Darren 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way better, Darren. Whenever he got mad at her, he just went to the bar. I really appreciated that. An occupation.
A bus driver.
Yes, the story is changing by the minute. An animal.
Chihuahua.
A number.
4.
A verb ending in ing.
Singing.
Do you sing?
I really wish that I could. My son is a singer. I can kind of carry a tune, but yeah, I always want to be able to really sing, really draw, and I cannot do either.
Oh, yeah, same's here. Yeah, I would love to be able to really draw and really sing, like go on The Voice and then just draw a picture. Like this was me on The Voice. A male name.
Well, we got to go with Darren.
Yes, okay, we're writing the love story of Samantha and Darren.
Okay.
An adjective.
Harry. Let's
Harry.
go with Harry. Yeah.
Ooh, I need a noun that only has one syllable.
Hat.
Yes. Ooh, another number.
79.
Yes.
I love how intense you are about every answer. You're like, yes.
They're
Yes.
so important. Without these words, the story will be incomplete, like that love story you hate. A verb ending in ing.
Hopping.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. An article of clothing.
A tank top.
Perfect. Yes. Yes. Ooh, an electronic device.
Oh, a toaster.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Absolutely. There are no wrong answers in a Radlib. It just makes its story changes. That's all. One of the five senses.
Smell.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
You're right. I didn't realize that. I get very excited for each answer. A hidden talent.
Oh, sewing
That's a great hidden talent.
or crocheting. My hooker friend.
Thanks. Shout out to the hookers. Yeah, sewing was your first answer. I'm going to pop it right in. It's a perfect answer. Ooh, a food.
Pizza.
Ooh, yes, yes. A pet name. Like something your boo and each other call each other.
Oh, baby.
Baby. A question.
Why?
A liquid.
Water.
Okay. That is a liquid. It is a liquid. An increment of time.
Hour.
Yes, yes. And an adverb usually ends in ly. An adverb.
Like slowly.
Yes. And we have a story.
I'm so excited to hear it.
Think I got excited before. Wait till the story's over. This story is just called A Story of Love.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. Wait,
I know it's
my
for you.
tissue.
Okay, get your tissues ready. Because this is a love story. Samantha was a hard-working professional bus driver who had sworn off love altogether. She spent her nights at home with her 4 chihuahuas. She was determined to focus on work and her singing. To the homeless. I'm sorry. I didn't really that pretty part. She was determined to focus on work and singing to the homeless without distraction of love. Little did she know, fate had other plans. Darren was tall, dark, and hairy. He was a hatless romantic that had had his heart broken 79 too many times. He was not looking for love until his neighbor Samantha knocked on his door. She had locked herself out of the house while hopping and was only wearing a tank top.
Ooh.
Embarrassed, she asked to use his toaster to call for help. It was love at first smell. He wooed her with wine, roses, and his sewing. He cooked her his famous pizza, and one day he got down on one knee and said, "Baby, why?" She said yes. They both had water in their eyes as they kissed for what seemed like an hour, and they lived slowly ever after.
Oh.
I know. It's just...
It was really true.
Because she was hopping and she locked herself out and just
79 times he'd had his heart broken and she hopped into his life.
Why wasn't she wearing anything but a tank top outside while she was hopping?
I don't know.
Oh, thank God he had that toaster that she could use to call for help.
Right.
The way she'd still be out there just hopping in her tank top.
I know.
No wonder she found a man. She was out in her front yard hopping in a tank top.
Right? That's how I got several of my husbands, so.
Oh my God. Jodi, please tell the listeners and the viewers where they can find you and what you've got coming up.
They can find me on Facebook, Jodi White Comic. My website is jodywhitecomic.com. And they can also check out, we've got a little t-shirt company, hilarious t-shirts at comedycoupletees.com, since my husband and I are both stand-up comedians. Comedy Couple Tees. I'll be at McCurdy's in September and doing some other gigs after that. So
as the world reopens. Well, Jodi, thank you so much for coming on today. It was so good to catch up with you.
Oh, it was so good to catch up with you too. Thank you.
Interview complete. Jodi White and her true love lived happily ever after and then died in each other's arms while kissing passionately. Ah.
Oh, computer lady. Thank you. That was a really sweet story. Thank you so much, Jodi White, for coming on the show. And guys, how fun is Jodi White? Please find her, follow her, friend her, check out their t-shirts. They are wonderful. Guys, this is the Kristin Knows Blank podcast. Please like it, subscribe to it, follow it, leave a comment, leave a review. Do everything you can to make this podcast feel special. I'm Kristen Key. I'm the host of this craziness. Go to my website, follow me on all my social media, join my Patreon. It gives you access to my monthly game night. It gives you front row seats to my live show Friday Live at 5, and it gives you exclusive bonus content, so check that out. Keep tuning into the Kristin Knows Blank podcast every single week, because every week I'll be bringing you a hilarious comedian. We will chit-chat. We'll play 5 quick questions, and then we'll do a Radlib, and then everybody goes home better people. So until next time, bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Kristen knows blank.